Hold on a second. Let me try to get this set up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling Tonight. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I had to watch a little bit of the WWE 24 Kofi Kingston, and it was a good listen to. Just for those that didn't see it, it was a good listen to. It was just talking about everything he's done in his career and his past and things like that. Being the first African-born champion that WWE ever have. So, I'm a little bit sweaty here because it's a little bit hot, the humidity out at night. But, let's see, we're going to talk a little bit about SummerSlam and probably going to talk about what's next for Raw. Let's see what's going to happen with that. If anybody that's watching right now live and also that's watching on YouTube, or probably won't be YouTube because YouTube ain't live. But anyways, if y'all live on Facebook Live, if you got any questions about what I think about SummerSlam or anything like that, or something you want to add, just go ahead and add it on your comment. So I didn't catch the Cruiserweight Championship match. We was barbecuing and stuff, and hopefully some people would have came, but hey, they missed good food, so just put it that way. I didn't catch the Cruiserweight Championship match, or I didn't catch the Apollo Crews and Buddy Murphy match, but I heard like the Buddy Murphy match came on like the last minute, and Buddy Murphy won by disqualification, so then can't talk much about that. You have the women's tag team title match, because those matches, including the other two, look like they was added like the last minute. Okay, Bayley needs a character change. Yes and no. Sorry, things just flying around here. I would say yes and no. Well, maybe yes, because right now there's people that's still behind her, and I don't think she needs that much of a change. But as she's shown how she was at SummerSlam, I don't think she do need that much of a change. I think she's fine where she at, but I can understand why you think she needs a character change. But hold on. Sorry about that. For Facebook Live. But I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about her in a little bit. But the 2-hour pre-show, so I think they did good with having like at least 3 matches on the card maybe they could have got away with one more, but they had to have the first 30 minutes of talking. That's how WWE is. What a way to go, right? The first match was Becky Lynch versus Natalya in the submission match. And it was a pretty decent match. I thought Natalya was going to win, so I was wrong on that one. Becky Lynch won, made Natalya submit, so it just shows like what will it lead to now with Becky Lynch. Will Natalya get a rematch at Clash of Champions, or how is that going to work out, or how are they going to do this rematch? So they might talk about it on Raw, but we'll see. But overall, I think that match was pretty decent. I wouldn't say it was the greatest match, but it was decent. Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg. The ending had me in hysterics, and everybody knew it was going to be a quick match when it comes to Goldberg, and being spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. Dolph called him out again, spearing him again. But that first spear, man, he just speared him out of his boot. It just so hilarious. Um, then Dolph called him out again, and he did like back and forth with the rope spear, which was like wow. It's just that first one I can't get out of my mind because of like the way he landed, and that third spear, the way that Dolph Ziggler landed too. It was just crazy, 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 crazy. But that was good for what it was, in my opinion. Um, Next up was Ricochet versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship. But before we go on to that, I'm just wondering why they didn't have the Intercontinental Championship defended. It's like they want to put Shinsuke Nakamura. They could have at least have him on the pre-show just to have him defended. But apparently, it looks like it didn't go out that way, which kind of sucks. But what can you do? I don't know what Ricochet was wearing. It looked like it was something from Black Panther, but it was pretty cool. Well, you kind of knew when they had the OC out there with AJ Styles that most likely AJ Styles was going to win, and I was just thinking to myself, this match will be based on what's going to happen, and like I said, the OC was out there and just they interfered. It was a good match for what it was, and it was good. Too bad Ricochet didn't get back the title, but AJ Styles retained. Ember Moon versus Bayley, and what a friend of mine, Callum Jack, who just posted on here like a little while ago, while I was talking about that Bayley needs a character change. But I said the yes and no is because it's like she's changing a little bit, like not always being happy, fun-loving hugger that she is. Like she having a little bit of a mean streak, which I don't think some of y'all seen that, but that's she does have a little bit of a mean streak, but like I said, if any of y'all didn't catch it, and plus, it's like you give this woman in Ember Moon an opportunity that had never had an opportunity, and I couldn't decide who was going to win on this one, but Bayley did retain, and it was a good match. Very good match. Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens loses, he's out of the WWE. That was an interesting match too. They also had Elias as the special enforcer, and it was. Anyways, you kind of kill a few bugs around here flying around, but anyways, it was a decent match. I'm just saying it was good, but not saying it was the greatest, but it was good. Like maybe it was a little bit back and forth for Kevin Owens to Shane McMahon had like a little bit of a back and forth match, but at the end of the day, Kevin Owens did win, and although he kind of cheated, but he did win and kind of stopped the terror of Shane McMahon, at least for now. Charlotte versus Trish Stratus. Part of me was thinking that Charlotte was going to win this anyway, so I don't know. I guess the result was made perfect sense, but I guess it would have been interesting if Trish would have won it, just to say she was the greatest women wrestler of all timers, wherever the case may be. But back and forth match, it was really good, and it was it was a memorable match. Although I guess you can't have all Canadians win the match, but and like I said, it would have been interesting that if she would have won it, it would have been a different twist to it. But like I said, Charlotte ended up winning the match, and everybody gave her Trish a standing ovation after the match. Um, I think this may not be her last match, but only time will tell. WWE Championship match: Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. It was a good match until, like, I wasn't even thinking about the refs count. Like, I guess I was paying attention more to the outside, and I didn't think the ref was counting. I think he was trying to tell them, get back in here, get back in here. So I probably just missed the count, and it ended up being a double count out, which kind of shows that this feud isn't over. And I think they probably going to square off in the rematch at Clash of Champions. But I thought it was a good match overall. But everybody was saying that was bullshit on the double count out. Excuse my French. But that's how it was. Finn Balor versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. I don't know why they were saying it was his debut, but it was like mainly like Bray's return, but just being The Fiend. It seems like everybody liked it, and I liked it too. But it would have been cool if like Finn Balor was the Demon. But I kind of understand that if they would have did that, then because right now Finn Balor as the Demon is undefeated, so it'll be something they want to save for like another time for the Fiend and the Demon faced off. But the Fiend won, defeated Finn Balor, and like I said, it was all creepy with the lights looking like Bray Wyatt's head. It was just insane. Main event: Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Well, I gotta say, it had me to a little bit of the edge of my seat of thinking like who was gonna win it, because I was hoping that Brock was gonna lose it, and it just the way it looked and the way it was, the match was going on. It was like, oh man, he's probably gonna retain it, but he lost. So Brock Lesnar lost, and Seth Rollins is the new Universal Champion. And the bad thing was, I guess they was having these rumors that's talking about Seth Rollins wasn't like generating viewer and stuff as champion, which partly I think it was kind of false anyway, and I was one of the few people that kind of believed it, but I had to think about it for a second. Like when I hurt my arm, I needed help. No, they're not going to let Brock hold it forever, because it's like there's nothing for him to do. Like who else is going to challenge him? Because like it looked like almost everybody has challenged Brock Lesnar, and it's like not much for him to do unless they have like a new person like step up and challenge him. I guess a good thing with Seth Rollins, he can move on, go to the next challenge, and whoever is going to challenge Seth Rollins next. But the way that match went, I think they set it up pretty well. And like I said, it was a good thing that he lost, and it was also a good thing that the way the match was going, and like just like it was like dying down and Brock was dominating, then it was going up and up and up and up for Seth Rollins. So it was a good match, but overall with the pay-per-view, besides I didn't see the Cruiserweight Championship match, so I don't know what happened. So anybody on Facebook Live, if they know like who won that match, just let me know in the about a minute. I'm probably just gonna close it out in a bit. But overall with SummerSlam, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I guess only because I think they were just missing like a few people, like for the Roman haters. He didn't wrestle tonight, so they get to be happy to see that. But he was missing from wrestling, so I think he should have like had a match anyway, or whoever's the one that's attacking him, he should have had a match with that person. But I take it the story is going to go on a little bit longer than we thought, or what do we think they should have done. But who knows? But like I said, 8 out of 10 I'll give it. And let's see, what would be my match of the night? It had to be Ricochet versus AJ Styles, because what Ricochet was doing in the ring was something else. So Ricochet versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship was my match of the night. So that's what I believe. But if I get a chance to like try to watch the pre-show again, I'm gonna try to watch the Cruiserweight Championship match and see how that goes. But and I think the wrestler of the night, in my opinion, would be Ricochet. Although, like I said, the stuff he did tonight, you have like a future world champion on your hands with him. So I think Ricochet is wrestler of the night. That would be my pick on that. The next time we do wrestling tonight, I'm not even sure. It's probably going to be sometime next month. Maybe like either before or after the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. Not sure yet, but I will let y'all know. And plus, don't forget, we're coming back to WFSR Radio Network. That's coming back to Blog Talk Radio in October 8th. I believe. Yeah, October 8th. So in the shows that's coming up, we got Arthur Smith's mix, where Arthur Smith is going to... I just keep on doing that. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry about that Facebook Live, but Arthur Smith's mix is where he's just going to mix a whole bunch of songs and just play songs and just mix them up, and probably will take requests as going live on that too. If anybody want to make a call or anything like that, well, we get to let y'all know about the numbers later on. We also gonna do the returning of Clapback, where we interview like local and other wrestlers and things like that. So we're gonna do that. Well, I know both shows are going to be on Tuesday, but we don't know how it's going to shut up. If it's going to be like half an hour for one show and a half an hour for another, or it's going to be hour for one show one week, then clap back the next week. We don't know how we're going to do that just yet, but you will figure out. Hazel Runs Her Mouth will return on Wednesdays as sure normal time. It's probably going to be at 9 or something like that. We also will do Bucks Talk. Like, just mainly just talk about the Bucks on Thursdays. So that's going to happen. And also for YouTubers out there, for the show that's going to be exclusively on YouTube, like Wrestling Tonight, as this show, this will go on to be like YouTube exclusive and also on Facebook Live. Also on Facebook Live and exclusively, let me just hold it like this. Let me just do it that way. So, the Archer Jones Show will move to exclusively for YouTube, and exclusive WFSO exclusive where we're showing like some of the matches from like all around the city and the state. That will happen sometime, and I believe it will return in sometime in October or November. But right now it's looking like it could be October from what the plans are going to be. So also check us out, WrestlingFansSpeakOut.weebly.com. And the lovely woman here, she will, although y'all can see her a little bit, she will,
be running her mouth very soon.
as I mentioned. But yeah. Also, what else is going on with us? But, like I said, the next time we'll probably do this, that Wrestling Tonight will be probably sometime next month, or it could be earlier, it could be later, but who knows. But I just say, like, just keep on the lookout for us. Like I said, check us out on WrestlingFansSpeakOut.weebly.com for monthly events and where you can meet, like, wrestlers and things like that at your independent shows, and when another big show comes in and things like that. So check out the website, and I gotta pass the milk.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of tea. Hello.
Of course, the importance in tea and the importance of your body.
My body's fabulous if you like fat people.
Milk does the body good. Okay, but anyways, if y'all want to leave comments on here, I'll be on Wrestling Fan Speak Out group. I'll be on here for the next 10 or 15 minutes, just chatting up with you guys, and just want to hear your thoughts about the pay-per-view, and like, what do you think on what happened and who won, who lost, and the way the pay-per-view was. So I just want to hear your thoughts. So just let me know. But until then, y'all have a good night. Enjoy your wrestling, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night on Raw. If something happens like that's very big on Raw, I probably will come on right quick and talk about it. But we will see. Or even if SmackDown something comes up real big, then talk about that too. But until then, y'all have a good night and keep watching wrestling.